This happened a few years ago. I haven't touched any technology after what happened until now. So, I've been using technology since I was a kid. At 12, I learned how to write scripts and programs to hack into systems, and ever since, I was hooked. Fast forward, I'm in second year university. I'm now quite good at hacking, albeit somewhat cocky. Throughout high school I'd made a lot of money hacking. People would come to me normally to recover their hacked social media accounts or to hack into their boyfriend's phone to read their text messages. I was known as the guy to go to if you wanted something hacked. Even my school occasionally came to me for help if some script kiddie shut down the school's website with low orbit ion cannon. Like I said, I made a lot of money doing this through high school. Halfway through my second year of university I started getting bored of this. The money was good, but there was no thrill. One of my friends told me about this cool thing called the dark web. I had heard of the dark web before, but it never seemed that interesting. My friend told me how it was full of drug stores, weapons dealers, hackers for hire, and a bunch of fucked up animal and child porn. As a hacker and a stoner, the dark web seemed right up my alley. When I got home that day I fired up my computer and did some quick googling. With my vast knowledge of technology, it didn't take me long to get set up with torrent tales installed on my computer. I sped through the hidden wiki, finding most of the websites boring or dead. I texted my friend asking if he had any interesting link directories. He replied, "Here are a few of the ones I use." He sent me about 5 links to directories. I decided to click the second one and see what I could find. I scrolled through the directory for a few minutes. He was right about how interesting the dark web was. I couldn't figure out where to start, so I clicked on a chat room. The website looked old and primitive, but surprisingly there was one person online. I started talking to him. He seemed kind of shady, but it was better than scrolling through a bunch of dead websites. He said he'd been on the dark web for a while. Finally finding someone with a vast knowledge of what's on the dark web, I asked him if he had any interesting links. He sent me a link, then immediately left the website. I had no idea what was hidden behind the link. Looking back on it, oh God, I wish I hadn't clicked it. At the time, my own curiosity overwhelmed me, and I clicked the link without giving it a second thought. After it finally loaded, due to Tor's notoriously slow loading time, I was presented with a pop-up box. It said in red text, "If you don't know what's next, you're probably in the wrong place." There were 2 buttons, continue and leave. I instantly clicked continue. The biggest mistake of my life. It brought up a black screen page with a blood red title at the top of the screen, The Freak Show. In the middle of the screen there was a chat box. A message popped up from someone titled admin. He said hello. I said, "Hello, interesting website you've got here." He replied, "Thank you, are you here to view the show?" I thought to myself, what show? Out of curiosity I replied with yes. He said, "Since you're a first-time viewer, it will cost you $500 via Bitcoin in order to view the show. Future viewings are free." From all the money I made hacking, I had enough to fuel my curiosity, so I went ahead and paid the $500. After paying him I was surprised. I was given a zip file instead of a link. I had developed a custom-made antivirus that appeared to work well, so I risked downloading it. When I unzipped the folder there were 2 files inside, an installer and a file named readme.txt. I started by opening the text file. It just said, "Do not send the installer to anyone, or else." I went ahead and closed the text file and opened the installer. It took about 15 minutes to install, which is strange for my computer. After installing, it opened up automatically. Across the screen it said, "Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. We use a custom program for our streams instead of live streaming on Tor due to Tor being too slow. We also need the extra security." After about 10 seconds the screen changed to a countdown with a chat room next to it. At this point I was starting to feel that whatever happened next would not be good. The timer displayed that there were 30 minutes until the stream started. I set my screen name to JamesKent157, not my real name, but I needed an alias. I said hi in chat, but was ignored. I waited the 30 minutes and after the timer hit 0, a video feed began. On the screen there was a guy in a mask with 3 people side by side in front of him. He started speaking with a voice changer to mask his voice. He said, "Welcome to the 26th stream of the Freak Show. We are happy to see all our old viewers and a few new ones. We will now randomly choose who gets to choose who to kill first and how to kill them." At that point I realized I was fucked. I was in too much shock to close the window. I watched as the feed turned into a bunch of names scrolling by until it landed on someone named Gore725. I watched as he made his commands. First stab him in the kneecaps, then cut off his fingers. After that, gouge his eyeballs. When that's finished, drill into his stomach, and to finish him off, burn him with hot metal. I watched as the sicko did all of this. I watched as the victim screamed in pain. After everything was done he said, "Now for the next one." After he said that I snapped out of it and went to close the page. When I clicked on the X it said, "Sorry, no leaving midstream." I was trapped. The wheel popped up again, but this time it landed on me. I couldn't respond. Instead, I typed in chat, "You sick fucks. Why are you doing this?" I was met with all the people in chat calling me things like pussy, dumbass, retard. I then said, "I'm calling the police. I shouldn't have said that." The owner of the site said, "Call the police and you'll be in next week's stream." Logan. That made my heart freeze. He knew my real name. He then pasted my parents' names, my address, school, age, and IP in chat. I immediately went to Task Manager to close Tor and the program. As soon as Task Manager opened it said not responding. The guy said, "Don't try that in chat." I pulled the plug on my computer without a doubt. My screen went black. I ran to my parents' room, told them what happened, and said we had to move. They believed me and called the police. The police took care of everything and put us under police protection. Within a few months, they found the website owner. He was a 32-year-old man who lived off a combination of welfare and the money he made from his red room. It was many years later before I finally started using technology again. The dark web is an abyss of terrible things. If you're smart you'll stay on the surface web. But I can't control what you do.